So you gave some is it better that it sounds robotic or it sounds human-like? I mean, is there an answer to that?
There is, but it's based on the experience itself that you're either trying to create, that users are expecting you to create. You know, in traditional UI UX design that we've known for years and years, based on how web designs are created, there are some things that are standard, right? Putting certain menus in certain places, or when buttons look a certain way, that they behave a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But also what that site is, what the audience is. There are sites that I go to that are very much focused for engineers, and I'm not an engineer, and I'm like, man, this is too much data for me. There's other stuff that's really focused for designers, and I say, man, this is just not as much data as I need, right? It's not as much directness as I might need.
Mm-hmm.
But for designers or for engineers, it's perfectly designed. I think the same thing applies here, right? That there are some basic rules, but whether it's a human voice or a robotic voice, for instance, kind of depends on who we're talking to and what we're trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
If we're trying to append a human in the loop with sort of an augmented presence, talking to them in a humanistic voice might be really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're doing something that's that we know is a robot, so to speak, and it sounds like a fake human, it might be better just to make it sound like a robot, right? But these are it's hard to give specific answers without the context, because the context is really important for these experiences that we're trying to do, right? When we look at things like LLMs, right, we're trying to replicate a part of the brain, but there's multiple parts of the brain, right? And the entirety of the experience of having a human brain is these multiple parts. Same thing here, that we're taking some of these functions out of our workflows, but we're not taking all of them, right? And so how do we lead in and lead out of those experiences is very context dependent.
Mm-hmm.